The self-improvement industry loves for you to think that you can achieve anything, but can you really? 98% of men are natural defenders. They purchase comfort and pay with their dreams. Think of that one smart guy who always tells you about his big plans, but has very little to show you. But then the other 2% are natural attackers. Attackers purchase their dreams and pay with discomfort. Think of that one guy who is not the smartest, but always is making things happen. If you look around in your network, you know who is who. And don't just take this from me. I mean, we know that a small group of men is dating most of the women. A small group of men is actually succeeding in online business. A small group of men are actually living the lifestyle that they want to live. And there's a good chance that you are a defender, which isn't a problem unless you have big ambitions. You'll have an endless friction between your soul and your mind that will destroy you if left unchanged. And how do I know all this? Well, because I wasn't gifted with the spirit of an attacker either. Most of my life I played defense with big, unexpressed dreams in the back of my head causing pain. And what makes me sick to this day is that all the years I spent self-improving, I was being lied to in my face. Let's cut the bullshit and talk about the hard reality of how a small group of men in this world will continue to get what they want while the majority is left behind. Let's find out together which group you are in and of course discuss the real way, the only way for defenders to become attackers. And trust me, this is not about alpha male hierarchies or the animal kingdom, it's actually quite the opposite. I'm talking about many coaches, big creators on YouTube, and most businesses in this space, all profiting from ignoring the truth. In our DNA is deeply engraved the task of survival. We survive by taking the common path, choosing comfort and familiarity. These are innate human tendencies you and I have that are largely subconscious. Now, self-improvement is the pursuit of an improved reality internally. Making money is the pursuit of an improved reality externally. Now, how far you want to succeed in either of these two games equals the amount of resistance that you will endure. The more resistance you battle through, the more you will gain. And that's exactly what your ego is designed not to want. An invisible being inside you, your shadow, that will look at you whenever you're about to exert any effort and says, "That's cute, but I don't want to." Without knowing it, you slide back into your personal state of inertia. Inertia, a state where matter continues in a straight line at the same velocity unless acted upon by external force. I find that this word most beautifully describes the state of the defender. The clouded state of passivity where you are going at the speed you've always gone at. It's your unique way in which you avoid your work, the unique way in which you overthink, or any other creative strategy of self-sabotage, such as, let's make another plan about all this. 98% of men are defenders because they live in their inertia. You don't believe me? Well, why do you think there are so many self-improvement videos? Why do you keep watching them? Is it because that one perfect video hasn't been made yet? No, it's because you and I, all of us men, are constantly fighting our own nature. But the battle isn't to be ended. That magic pill doesn't exist and you don't want to accept that. We can only feel a momentous relief from our inertia at best. You know, these epiphanies you get, right? Feeling like you cracked the code, but then as the days pass, you kind of lose this connection to it all and slide back into those familiar old ways. You will keep wasting your time on Earth unless you stop dancing around the painful truth that we're all avoiding. And that is, only the attackers have what it takes to consistently overcome their own nature. And that's why it's only 2%. So how do you become an attacker, even if you have been defending all your life? Let me give you the core issue directly. The defender thinks and negotiates with his nature where the attacker does not. So here are the only two bitter pills to swallow, two realizations that lead you to a new life. Number 1. You're negotiating with something that wants to kill you. This sounds dramatic, but think about it. What would happen if you drop every bit of restraint and listen to that voice every single time? You stay inside, you skip any form of movement, ordering food day after day, scrolling reels, you do nothing. And it will be your end. And yet, we entertain the dialogue every single day. The attention you willingly give is the only thing feeding the part within yourself that just wants to self-destruct. You, yourself, empower its existence. You keep negotiating and therefore defending. The second realization you need to make is that you don't have urgency. This doesn't mean you don't want it bad enough. What it means is that you're confused as to how serious these dreams are. You are confused about what is going to happen exactly when you keep defending all your life. Step 1 is to set urgency. Remember why this is not a choice. Describe in great detail your hell. This is the fire behind you that you haven't realized yet. Describe your vision. This is the place before you, where your soul requires you to be. When you have an image of what you're running away from and what you're running towards, then revisit this place every morning and go do something about it. If this still doesn't establish urgency, it's time for the manual breaks. Force an audacious deadline that you think you cannot complete. Book a plane ticket, publicly set a launch date, put some skin in the game and force yourself. Step 2, and this is what it all comes down to. The only way for you to grow out of your inertia is to always think attack. You need to attack your business, not accept your baseline for effort. You need to attack your social life to make others feel your energy rather than the other way around. You need to attack your love life, express your desires, initiate, lead your partner, not lose to your clouded state of passivity with her. And now listen carefully, when you attack, the negotiation will start. Your shadow won't like this new attitude, and so it will do everything to stop you. These moments where the negotiation starts is where you get to decide, are you an attacker or are you a defender? And thank God to neuroplasticity, your brain will change, and so you only need to do this long enough until it feels normal. Do not sit back and be engulfed in the daily inertia of life. Stay present and attack life until your head rests on your pillow at night. This is not a choice or a luxury. This is the only way us men can live a life well lived. If you are a man who sometimes asks himself what comes after self-improvement, and you happen to be interested in growing an audience and building things online, then join the community. We're hanging out there.